Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we look at AMC, APE, GME, our favorite meme stocks. We also look at SPY as well, the overall stock market. I give you guys the prediction and analysis on the short and long term, letting you guys know how I feel about the technical analysis and what the charts are telling me. On this channel, we leave emotion at the door and we only focus on the facts, logic, and data, making sure our conviction stays strong but not astray. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on.
Favorite meme stocks. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and technical analysis before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts and see what we have going on. So I do want to point out AMC's cost to borrow. A sudden drop in cost to borrow could be a sign of a major short squeeze. I want everyone to be aware that the cost to borrow did suddenly drop, and I want to point out that this could be a potential sign of a short squeeze. Cost to borrow, when it suddenly is rising and continues to rise, as you guys can see, is a sign of a short squeeze. This is 10 signs of a potential short squeeze, and you can see that cost to borrow constantly rising is one of these signs, and then a sudden drop in cost to borrow is also another indicator of a massive short squeeze. Again, when we see these shorts or the cost to borrow doing crazy moves like jumping to the upside and then coming back to the downside in this manner, this is indications of a massive short squeeze on the horizon for AMC. So I want everyone to point out and everyone to see the cost to borrow is sitting at about 263%, and this sudden drop could be an indication of what is about to come. We also have that price target for AMC from Goldman Sachs. That $175 price target is 100% confirmed. You can see here on Market Beat, here is a second confirmation of that price target. You can see that Goldman Sachs has raised their price target to 175. Go ahead and check out the video I just dropped. I talked all about this, how this is possible speculation, and I also showed how there's bots in the chat now. There's bots in the comments trying to get us to sell at these $100, $175 levels. I do think this is a psyop because they know the Moss is coming and this is their last way to exit. They need to get us to sell at a certain level so the market does not completely break and hedge funds do not completely go under. So they want us to buy or sell at about $100 and $175, and I do believe that's why these price targets and these bots are popping up in the comment and these price targets are coming out. Let's go ahead and look at SPY. Check out my daily update and prediction for SPY. I did say we would see a red day for SPY, and we did have a major pullback and whiplash for SPY. SPY went ahead and pulled to the upside at the end of the day after FOMC. So we did see that push to the upside for SPY. Now it does look like it is topping out. As you guys can see, we are pushing to the upside here in after hours, but it looks like there is a top. Now again, I am in the assumption that SPY is going to be crashing to the downside based off of the technicals and fundamentals. If we go ahead and look at the market psychology, this is one of the biggest things of market cycles, allowing you to do the exact opposite of the herd. Again, a lot of people in the herd are going to be thinking that the stock market is going to be going up. This is going to be the next bull rally. But if we go ahead and look at what's really going on with the stock market, we can see that this is actually going to be what is called exit liquidity. So everyone buying right now is going to be what is called exit liquidity, where larger positions are scaling out of their position, getting ready for this capitulation that is coming. So if you go ahead and look at what's going here on the bigger time frames, of SPY, you can see that RSI is extremely overbought. So we are overbought on the weekly time frame. And if we go ahead and look at the weekly time frame and look at the last major top for SPY, we can see that RSI was in the same exact ranges that it is now. If we go ahead and scroll over so you guys can see the RSI numbers, you can see that RSI was trading about 72, 73 around that range when it topped out last for SPY. And you can see that RSI currently right now is trading in the range of 70. Again, showing that RSI is topping out and we are meeting a top for SPY. I do think the top is going to be around 260 in my personal opinion, and there is so much resistance here at the top of SPY. So we have this last previous high here. There's so much resistance at these levels here. If you go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Band, so we can go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Bands to show you this resistance. Not only do we have resistance, horizontal resistance here at the top, but we also have indicator existent resistance, because if you go ahead and look where the Bollinger Bands sit, you can see that there is a major support and resistance at these levels, and I do expect SPY to be reaching a top around these ranges. This is what I'm looking at for SPY on the bigger time frames. Again, when in doubt, zoom out. You can see on the macro, we had this big push to the upside. Then we had this downwards pull. Then we have this upwards consolidation chop. This is exactly what it looks like on the market psychology chart. You can see that this big riot move to the upside, euphoria rally, then you have that drop, that upwards consolidation chop, and then I do think we are going to see a major correction before we do go into the next bull run. Notice a slightly higher high, so you have this high here, then you have a slightly lower high. I do correct myself, a slightly lower high, and you can see here on the charts that you have a slightly lower high here as well. You have this high, and then you have a slightly lower high as well. Again, on the macro, this is why I think SPY is moving to the downside. We also have this uptrend. So if you go ahead and look at volume, volume is trending to the downside, but you can see that the price is trending to the upside. That is bearish divergence in the volume, and a trend uptrend in dying volume is normally a sign of weakness, and you can see that over the time frame, on the bigger time frames, volume is dying down, but the price is continuing to go up. Again, I do think this rally is basically artificial. It's just basically a short squeeze. It's a lot of shorts covering because they got caught in a short position, and you see a major rally in tech, which is holding the market up as well. I do think that this rally is going to be coming to an end around 460 at the top. We also have multiple gap fills here to the downside, more indications that we are going to see bearish momentum or bullish momentum end. Also, more indications right here. You can see that we're working on a bearish cross here on the daily time frame. Again, I do think this 456, 460 range is going to be the top for this overall rally. That's what I'm looking at for SPY on the short and long term, based off of the technicals and fundamentals. Again, I did predict a red day today, so I did get that wrong. We've seen a red day mostly all day, but on the candle print, it did close green, so we did get that green day by only 0.6%. So I was wrong about 0.6% of the way. And again, I do think bearishness is going to be coming in here for SPY. Let's go ahead and look at AMC, GME, show you guys what is going on for these two stocks. Again, GME, still the same thing as the midday market update. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the technicals and show you guys what's going on with GME. So GME and AMC both got attacked hard with short sales. Short shares. You can see that GME had this big dump to the downside with this high amount of sell volume. This was when they dumped 15,000 short shares on GME side, trying to dump it to the downside. You can see they only have 300 shares left. At the beginning of the day, they had about, let's go ahead and check for just to be sure. At the beginning of the day, they had about 30,000 shares. You can see they had about 30,000 shares, and they used them throughout the day to short GME down, trying to stop momentum, but GME keeps fighting back as it's building a bullish base to push up to about $25. You can see that we're breaking out of this overall falling wedge. Again, when in doubt, zoom out. You can see that the macro is beautiful for GME. So let's go ahead and just focus on the macro, because I do think we're looking at a major breakout coming here for GME. It's either going to be in after hours, or it's just going to start running randomly throughout the day. But I do think a major push is coming here for GME. I think we're about to see a major move for GME. I repeat, a major move for GameStop stock. And let me show you guys why. So we have the massive breakout of that yellow falling wedge here on the smaller time frame. We use that as support, and confirming that as support, we have the Bollinger Bands here constricting here on the daily and weekly time frame, telling us volatility is coming. I do think it's going to be a big push to upside. We also have this gap fill at $40, and we have this double bottom playing out right here. So you can see bottom number one, bottom number two, and then I think we're going to curl around and push to the upside, because we're breaking out and using macro sloping resistance. So you guys can see here that we are in a massive falling wedge. We are using this as support. So we're using this sloping resistance, which has been resistance for 2 years, as support, and it looks like we're about to make the move to break to the upside. Now, if you go ahead and look at a falling wedge, you guys can see it's a bullish continuation pattern, and that this means it's going to have a higher high. So it's very, very important that you understand that a bullish continuation pattern means that the trend is going to continue. So you have an uptrend, then you have your falling wedge, and then you have a higher high with your falling wedge, and your trend continues. So let's go ahead and look at what's going on for GME. You have your uptrend, you have your falling wedge, and then you have your uptrend in a higher high. Your trend continues. I do think GME is going to be making a higher high than $120, as crazy as that sounds. Now it's only at $120 because GME did go through a reverse split. A lot of people do forget that, but it did run up to about $500 originally. Again, it did have a reverse split, so the all-time high is $120 for GME, and I do think it is going to be broken. As you guys can see, the falling wedge very clearly playing out. And the thing about falling wedges is we are checking for the retest. You guys can see right here, we had this consolidation. Then you see this pump out of the wedge. Then you see the retest, and then you see the pump. Let's go ahead and look at what's going on for GME here on the smaller time frames. So we have the break above, we have the retest, and we're about to get the pump on GME. And if we go ahead and look at this falling wedge on the smaller time frame, we had this falling wedge, which is the breakout of $30, price target breakout of $30. You can see that we went into the uptrend, falling wedge, and we are currently using that as support, about to get the break up to $30. If GME hits $30, it's going to go absolutely flying. You guys already know the story and narrative with that. Unless you are new to the channel, if there is little support, there's little support and resistance after GME. It's going to go absolutely flying after $30. Also, there's a major gamma ramp at $30. So we will see GME absolutely go flying. I do think it's about to break out to all-time highs, as crazy as that sounds, and at the very least have a major rally up into that $40 level, consolidate, and then move up to all-time highs. So that's what I'm looking at for GME on the short and long term. Let's go ahead and hop into AMC, show you guys what's going on with AMC. I also want to point out that APE's short interest is rising. So APE was one of the most shorted stocks on the market one time on the channel. I used to cover APE every day until it started barcoding mostly, but now that it's actually having price action, I'm starting to cover it a lot more. You guys can see that the short interest is at 13.91%. This is the highest APE short interest has ever been. So they are trying to keep AMC down, they're trying to keep APE down, they're trying to keep GME down. I do think that all three of these stocks are going to be seeing a rally together. We can see that GME's short interest is about 19.46%, and APE's short interest is at 13.91%. AMC's short interest is at 29.05%. Again, all-time highs for AMC short interest. Also, AMC on the threshold security list, still on the threshold security list. FTDs still racking up. We also have failure delivers racking up because of being on that threshold security list. Also, if you haven't seen my recent midday market update, I want to show you guys this picture here where we compare the January 21st squeeze to the price action we're seeing now. So I do think we're going to see a bit of consolidation into Friday and then possibly see a big push up here Friday. So I want to point that out, that we could see a big rally here Friday. Again, don't get too hyped, don't get too excited, but based off of the technicals, we could see a major push here Friday, maybe by the latest next week. But we are seeing consolidation on the bullish side for AMC. Let me go ahead and explain based off of these technicals. So we had this big push up for AMC after we got the judge's news. And again, when it comes to the judge's decision, I just want to point this out. It's in stone, okay? There's nothing that they can do. They are trying to manipulate you when they put in these filings, when they put in new settlement orders. Listen, the problem was APE. That's why I was able to predict the settlement. This is why I was able to predict the settlement, because the judge seen that Adam Aaron rigged the vote. That's the whole problem. The whole problem is how they got to the point of being able to do the reverse split. The problem's not the settlement itself. The problem is the whole thing, the whole way that they got the reverse split vote. And that is why, no matter what, the settlement is not going to go through in any way, shape, or form. So any settlement news is just FUD. It's all FUD. And there's a lot of YouTubers saying that the conversion's going to go around, that the reverse split's going to happen. Look, it's all FUD. We're good. Even if by some miracle it went through, which it can't because the judge already said her mind, they still have to wait 10 days or 20 days to do anything. They are out of time. But with that being said, let's go ahead and show you guys. With that being said, let's go ahead and show you guys the technicals here for AMC, showing that we're going to see a potential rally to the upside here on Friday or possibly next week. So we had this big push to the upside. Then we found a bottom here. We got attacked by short shares. They had about a million short shares earlier today. Let's go ahead and check that actual number just to verify how many short shares they had for today. For AMC, you guys can see, yes, they had 1 million short shares for AMC to short, and they started shorting us around this time period where you see these two major candles to the downside. I was watching it live on stream with my Discord. Go ahead and check out my Discord. Link below is my Instagram and Twitter. Just message me. It's $50 for a lifetime invite. But anyways, we went and watched this as they shorted it down. Now, I did drop a mid-market update saying AMC and GME would recover, and that's exactly what we've seen. AMC and GME both recovering into after hours. I told you guys that's exactly what we would see, and this is exactly what happened on the midday market update. Now that we are recovering and we found this bottom at 490, I do think we're about to start a uptrend, maybe consolidate here on Thursday, but possibly have a big pop Thursday or Friday. As long as we hold these $5 level as support, we are going to see a big move. And the setup that we have right now is going to set us up to about $5.20, probably here by tomorrow. So I do think we're going to continue trending up, and then by Friday, possibly see that big move that I am describing based off the technicals. Also, if we go ahead and look at what's going on the bigger time frames, we can see that the Bollinger Bands are starting to constrict here on the 2-hour time frame. Again, massive volatility is coming for the stock. I do think it's going to be a big push to the upside. We can also go ahead and see that there's bullish indications. If we go ahead and zoom in and check out on the 2-hour time frame and pop on the EMAs. So we're going to go ahead and pop on the EMAs for you guys and show you that we have a golden cross for AMC here on the 2-hour time frame and the 4-hour time frame. So if we look at the 2-hour time frame, you can see that the 50 EMA is crossed over the 200 EMA. The 50 EMA is marked in gold. The 200 EMA is marked in white. You can see that anytime that this crosses over, that's called a golden cross, and that is a bullish technical signal. You can see that we have that as well here on the 4-hour time frame. This is extremely bullish for more upside. I do think we are getting consolidated for a bigger move to the upside. That's why the Bollinger Bands are constricting. That's why we found a bottom. That's why we're holding support. And as long as we continue to hold $4, $4.80, $5 in that range, I do correct myself. As long as we hold $4.80, $5 in that range, we are going to be good to go for that move. Again, Bollinger Bands constricting here on the weekly time frame, letting us know that massive amount of volatility is coming here on the 4-hour time frame and the 2-hour time frame as well. Again, I think it's going to be a big push to the upside as we have that golden cross, and we are holding these levels of support after seeing this big massive push to the upside. Bullish, 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 bullish. And again, GME and AMC are the same stocks. GME is setting up for a massive move. They're running on the same algos. I do think a big pop is coming for both AMC, APE, and GME. APE as well also setting up for a macro move with this massive cup and handle that's in. Bollinger Bands constricting here on the weekly time frame. And you can see that we have that technical pattern of the massive cup and handle as well as a gap fill at $2.60. The cup and handle breakout point is that $2.50 range. Right here is your cup. Right here is your handle. The gap fill is up here on the daily time frame. Again, I think all three of these stocks will be running, as well as BBYQ. BBYQ is also setting up for a move as well. Bollinger Bands constricting here on the weekly time frame, also breaking out of a falling wedge. You guys can see right here is the falling wedge. Again, all four of these stocks are going to be running, as well as a few others. I do think that the dam is breaking. Again, the macro takes time to play out. So when in doubt, zoom out. I know that it sounds repetitive. I know that I say the same thing sometimes, but guys, it is what it is. The macro takes time to play out. That's what we have to look at to stay focused on the data. So guys, if you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. I also have a membership you can join. It's $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. Go ahead and press join next to the subscribe button to get that membership. I can see all of your comments as a member. You also get your name on the page of the homepage of the channel, as well as I see all of your comments. You get validation as a member, exclusive access to exclusive content, and you can cancel at any time. $2.99 a month. And if you want to support me for free, all you have to do is simply drop a like, leave a comment, and press subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you that watched to the end of this video, and all of you that have been leaving comments. I really appreciate that. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
Alright, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. Link down below is my Instagram and Twitter. All you have to do is hit me up on Instagram or Twitter to get in the Discord. Just hit me up, and it's $50 for a lifetime invite. Pay me via PayPal or Cash App. Once you do so, I can send you the link and you could join the community. The community, we all post TA. I have a great community. We have fun all day. I do live streams, talk about technical analysis, crypto trades, and more. So if you want to see that, go ahead and join. It's an exclusive community, $50 for a lifetime invite. I also have the membership you can join, $2.99 a month, and cancel at any time. And if you want, go ahead and support me for free simply by dropping a like and leaving a comment. I truly appreciate all of you guys been leaving comments lately. It's been going crazy, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to comment. And all of you that watch the end of this video, I truly appreciate you, because not so many people watch the end of this video. So if you've seen this message, go ahead and let me know down below. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.